Hey, it's my face. Welcome back to Terra Murzolen. Today we are building this beautiful iron farm. It's basically a tower with the iron farm on top. First thing we need to do, check out the materials we need. Great time to pause. And the second thing we need to do, friends, is we need to collect some of those materials. So we're going to head to this spruce forest right here. We're going to collect a couple stacks of spruce. You can use any wood you like. You can use oak, you can use acacia, you can use birch, dark oak. We're going to do spruce, and then we're going to need some stone as well. Those materials are going to be the majority of our build. Keeping it simple. And then we just need to figure out where we want this iron farm. We want it to be sort of close to our base so it is active while we're doing work. Not right in the center. It's not the prettiest thing, so I think we're going to set it right back here in the corner. So let's flatten out some of this ground here with some dirt. That way we can put it right there, just in the very corner, right next to this little gulch. I think that'll be a nice little spot. There's an egg. And let us get started on laying this down. Let's grab our stone brick stairs. We're going to build a 7 by 9 rectangle. Nice and easy. Then after that, we're going to grab our spruce logs and we're going to place 2 tall just in the center of each of these walls. We're just going to kind of work this thing up as we go. So yeah, let's make these 2 tall, and then we're going to place more stone brick stairs between these logs. And this is going to create a nice solid foundation for our iron farm, and then we're going to need a floor. Since it will need to function as a floor, we will be walking into there, and then you have to kill this spider. It's a very important step. Hello, Spider-Man. And goodbye, Spider-Man. All right, scaffolding up the center here, about that mini high. And we are going to work now on the walls. Let's start with the stone brick walls, actually. It's going to be 12 blocks tall. 3, 4, 5, 6 more blocks we need. And the minimum you could make these are about 8 blocks. There's a lot that goes into the mechanics of the iron farm and the spawning mechanics of the golem. This is not the video where I'm going to explore all of that, but there's a lot of great videos out there on YouTube, so if you want to know more about that. Generally though, about 10 or 12 blocks off the ground. And it should look exactly like this. And now we're going to do the left and right side of the spruce logs, so let's just bring those up even with the stone brick columns we just created. Do that on both sides, and we're going to grab our upside down stairs and we're going to place that on either side of the last spruce log that we just placed. And there we go. As you can see, it's sort of a large column, which will have our iron farm on top. So let's go ahead and do the spruce logs. They're going to be the front. And again, we're just going to bring that up even with what we've built so far. And we're going to do the same thing on the back side as well. And let's raise this all up just by 1 more block. So we're going to place 3 stone bricks on top of each column. And then we're going to do the same thing with the spruce logs. We're just going to place 1 more, bringing it all even once again. Let's go to either side. Let's start with the right side and place 3 upside down stairs. We'll do the same exact thing on the opposite side. Alright, so let's go ahead and head down. And wherever you want the door to be placed, you're going to knock out 2 bricks. And that is where the door will be, and we'll take the scaffolding out from the center and we're going to place it here on the outside, and we'll place it that mini high and And up we go. Slowly to the top. Alright, so we're going to fill in the floor here because we are going to be placing redstone on this surface, so we do need it to be filled in, except for this block here is going to have a ladder. That is how we're going to access the iron farm once it's actually up and running. So we want to leave this block open right now. Now let's place a ladder on the inside. Alright, now back at the top, we just have to do a few more things before we place our redstone. So let's grab actually our spruce logs. We're going to bring these up one more here on the front and the back side. We're going to grab our stone brick stairs and we're going to place them upside down very carefully. You just got to aim right there at the top back corner, and you should be able to place those upside down. Just follow that all the way around until it's a giant rectangle. Get rid of this accident right there, and if we just take a little step back, it should look just like this so far, and we can take a bigger step back and it'll look exactly like this. Now onto the redstone. We'll start with the piston that will push our zombie up and down, followed by redstone dust, and then 3 repeaters facing away, followed by a block with redstone dust and another block, 3 more repeaters again facing away from you, and then we're going to place a block. And then once we place this redstone torch, it will complete the cycle. Basically it's just a redstone clock. However, it's going too fast. We don't want our zombie going up and down that fast, so we're going to change the tick speed to the minimum on these repeaters. And when we place the redstone torch back, we can see it stays up longer, stays down longer, which is exactly what we want. Now we can move on to the floor. So we're just going to fill this in with spruce planks. However, you want to make sure you leave open space where the ladder comes up. Let's actually go ahead and place those ladders in right now real quick. And then on the opposite side, we're just going to fill this in, and you want to make sure you leave a gap there where the zombie is going to go up and down there on the piston. And that should finish up our floor. So let's move on to the outside walls. We're going to be using the spruce logs just on either side of each corner, and then there in the center as well. And we're just going to connect these each along the bottom with spruce logs as well. This is just going to frame the outside walls really nicely, make it nice and simple. And then we're going to bring these up 4 more. So each pillar here is going to be 5 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that all the way around. And then the same on the top as we did along the bottom. We're just going to connect the top of each of these pillars. So I did a few mock-ups of this iron farm, and I really did like how the stripped spruce wood looked, but I wanted to kind of mix it up since we had a lot of stripped wood already throughout our base. So we're going to go with the spruce here. If you take a step back, you can see how it should look. Pretty basic, pretty simple. And we'll head back inside. We're going to grab our spruce planks. We're just going to place those along the bottom and the top. This is just going to frame our windows that we're going to place in. I even did one mock-up with crimson wood, and it looked pretty good. I just don't think it would quite fit in with what we got going on so far. So let's grab our glass blocks. We're going to put those in. Glass blocks, not necessary, but it is kind of nice to be able to see in case there's an issue with the iron farm. And this will be the ceiling of where the villagers and the zombie are, and it will also be the floor of where the iron golem is going to spawn. So we're going to leave a spot open here. That's where the 3 hoppers are actually going to go. So we're going to head up to the top, and we're going to place just our stone brick walls on each corner here. And nope. Okay. Sometimes the walls are tricky to place because they're more than a block tall, so you can't jump directly on top of them. So let's try to get one. Once you're on top of one, you should be good to just build it up like any other block. So let's just build these up. Again, we'll just build it up even with what we've built so far. There we go. So we're going to do that on each corner. And you should be able to just hold right click as you're falling to place it before you actually hit. So that's each corner. Now we just need to place these hoppers. So we're going to grab a temporary block. In this case, we're using spruce planks, and we're going to place those down and then grab our hoppers and make sure the hoppers are facing the blocks we just placed. And very important here that we use a wall here on the outside. The goal of all of this is to make the only spawnable blocks for the iron golem the stone blocks that we're actually standing on right now. So a wall is not a spawnable block for an iron golem, so it's totally safe to use those to enclose this area. So we're going to make this wall 2 blocks high all the way around, and then after that we're going to go grab some lava. I think I remember there being lava by these weird bees. They're still here, just staring into the lava. I don't know if that's a thing, but now we have a bucket of lava. And let's head back up to the top. So we have 2 buckets of water, 1 bucket of lava. All right, now we're just going to jump back in here, and not down here, but the opposite side of the hoppers. We're going to place on the left side a bucket of water, and then on the right side a bucket of water. And as you can see, just like the infinite water source, now those are all 3 sources of water there at the end. And with our signs, we're going to crouch, very important, and we're going to place these right above the hoppers. And then 1 block in front and 1 block above, we're going to place 3 more signs. And this is basically creating a place where the lava will stick right here where the spruce planks are. The lava cannot go past that. However, the iron golem would be able to walk right through there into the lava. That is the goal. Iron golem just kind of gets forced into lava and he will perish. Rip iron golem. But he brings us iron. All good. All right, so we're going to get out of here, and it should be the last time we are up here. So let's jog around to the other end where we're going to place our lava. It's a little tricky at first, but if you just kind of crouch and you find the right spot, we want the lava to go right there in that center block, just like that. It should look like that if you placed it correctly. If you didn't place it correctly, well, that can be a whole mess. So practice and creative if you need to. All right, so now we are going to knock down this scaffolding. We should be done there, and we have a visitor. Hello, a wandering trader. What wonderful trades do you have that we don't want? Slime ball, not the worst. A bucket of fish? I don't think so. Hey, did you guys see my sword? Check it out. No one's around. It's just us. No, just kidding. I need you guys alive for this next shot. So this is the outside of our iron farm. It should be all completed, and inside we're going to place a torch or some light source so mobs do not randomly spawn there at the bottom. We're going to head up here to the top, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these temporary blocks that we placed below the hoppers. And then we're going to head to the zombie end where the piston is. We're going to place 3 spruce planks on the floor. And we want our zombie to stay back there and not attack the villagers, so we're going to place 3 more above and then along the left and the right side. And that way the zombie will only move up and down on the piston and not anywhere else. That'll keep them contained. And that should do it for the zombie area. Now onto the villager area. So 1, 2, 3 blocks. That's how much space they'll need. And the same thing, we'll do planks on the floor and the ceiling. And now for the storage that is going to store the iron ingots, we're going to just place 3 chests right below the hoppers and then 3 chests on the floor, and then we're going to just connect those with some hoppers. So make sure you crouch while you place these so they go directly into the chest, just like that. And we know they're working because the blocks that fell in the hoppers earlier are now in the chest. So let's replace this plank actually with a crafting table, so later on we can craft our ingots into blocks. That way it takes up less room in our inventory. So now we need to make a space for the zombie to get in, and I think we're going to build a big bridge from that hill into this. So we're going to knock out that glass, and we're going to knock out that plank. And I think we're going to build just a bridge across this. There's a lot of different ways you can get the zombie in if you want to use a minecart and rails or stairs. But I think because of how this is set up, this is going to be the easiest way of just luring him around. So just hold shift as you're building this. As you can see, you cannot fall off this block if you're holding shift. And we're just going to safely build this all the way across. So the zombie will then see us here and follow us all the way across this bridge to the inside. And I think on this back wall we can just make an escape route for us. So we need the zombie to stay and get stuck where the piston is. So we're going to just build a little area for us to run away. So the zombie will come in and they will be there, but I think we actually need to take out that block because that way we can jump over it and the zombie will not be able to jump over it from the piston. So yeah, we'll be able to come in, zombie will follow us over and get stuck on the piston, then we'll put a trapdoor here so the zombie cannot get through, but we can. So yeah, let's just follow this little dirt all the way around, a little old loop-de-loop. There's a few different ways to get the zombie in if you want to use a minecart and rails, but for the sake of simplicity, I think this little bridge, just having him follow us in and getting stuck is going to work just fine. So let's see if we can find a zombie and get him in here. Hello, zombie friend. Check out this bridge. It's a dirt bridge. You love dirt bridges. Yes, you do. I know, he's excited. That's his excited sound. All right, my friend. Come on in. Check it out. Look at it. Oh, he got us a little bit. That's all right. All right. So we just need to name tag him so he does not despawn. Now, Peekaboo is our zombie forever, and we're just going to close this trapdoor. I think we'll just keep that there. You can replace that with a glass block if you want. And just break away these temporary blocks. We should not need those anymore. All right, Peekaboo is in place. Next thing, it is necessary that our villagers sleep, otherwise iron golems will not spawn. So we're going to craft 3 beds, 1 for each of our villagers, and place those down in the villager area. And we need to get through here, so let's break that block. And actually, if we need to get through there later, let's put down a block there at the bottom and put a trapdoor along the top. So if we need to get in and out, we can, but villagers cannot get out. Very, very important, this block, highlighted in pink, must be placed. You must put a block there, otherwise zombie escapes and kills all the villagers. Very bad if that happens. Alright, so we're going to put a trapdoor here, officially making this a hatch so we can get in and out. And heading back to the end of our bridge, we're going to work on the tunnel that is going to connect this bridge to the villager breeder. And we're going to just need to dig this until we get to the right X coordinate that lines up here with our breeder, which would be, let's see, -103. -103 should work. So we're going to dig this tunnel until we get to -103, and then we're going to take a right. And that should be, so that's 104. Let's put those blocks in. So 103, we're going to dig until we see sunlight, and we will know we're headed right towards our villager breeder. So we should be lined up. Perfect. All right, so let's head down to the villager breeder, and we're going to just create a stairway up to the tunnel. Now, if the breeder is close enough to the iron farm, you can attempt to use job blocks to lure them in. It can be a little risky because the villagers like to kind of wander off, and I like the safety of the rail and the minecart, especially since ours is kind of a distance away. So, heading down, we're just going to start with powered rails here at the bottom to boost the minecart up. So we're going to do 3 powered rails, and we're just going to follow that up with about 7 or 8 regular rails. And then we're going to place a powered rail. We're just going to keep doing this. I think we have about a little over a stack of regular rails, and I think it's about 400 blocks to the iron farm, so we're going to have to kind of loop them along as we go. But like I said, it's a little safer than just risking it with job blocks. So next to each powered rail, we're going to place a redstone torch, and when it's bright red, you know it is powered. We're going to do that next to each one. Then down at the bottom, let's build a little curve here. For some reason, the curve is great for getting him. Let's see how far this guy does not make it to the top. Alright, so we're going to have to place some more powered rails along. So let's craft some more powered rails. Let's place 2 powered rails below each one that we already have placed. That should be enough. I don't know the exact number of what it takes. I'm just kind of winging it here. So yeah, let's see if this is enough, Mr. Villager. Alright, looks like he made it to the top. Let's get that guy, and let's get that guy, and let's switch that off. And let's actually grab these rails, because we're going to need to place these now in front of where these guys ended. So yeah, we're going to grab our rails, place them in front of them, and we're going to just continue to move them along as far as we can, and then replace the rails in front of them. Mr. Villager, you are headed off, and you are headed off. Farewell. Alright, so I see light at the end of this tunnel. We're getting close. So make sure all the powered rails are powered, and send them on their way. Villager, hello. Yes. Alright, and 1, 2, 3. I think we have to do this one more time. Then we gotta break these beds because we want the mine carts to go all the way in here. So let's just place them all the way in. And let's go ahead and put a trap door here. That way, once they're in, they will not be able to escape. And to power this one, we're just going to place a dirt block and a redstone torch on the side, and we missed 1. And we missed 2. Alright, so this should be it. 1, 2, 3 villagers in the iron farm, in their little 3x3 home forever. Alright, my friend, get in there. Sometimes you gotta kind of stuff them in there. Come on. Alright, get them out of the... Get those rails out of there. Get them all in there. Come on. It works. It's slow, but it works. Alright, let's break these mine carts. Make this their forever home. Alright, so one of the last things we need to do, we need to put their beds back in place so these guys can sleep. They need to sleep at least once a night. So let's head up to the top. We're just going to place these beds down so that they at least sleep for a second, since it is nighttime right now. We got 2 of them sleeping. I think ideally we have the beds facing away from the zombie. I don't know if it matters, but I feel like they're more likely to get woken up from their sleep if they're facing away. So we're going to try to face them all away like that. Alright, my friend. So now they should have all slept. And last thing we need to do to activate the iron farm is we need to build up this scaffolding and place the redstone torch that we removed earlier. So let's make our way up, and we just need to find the stair. Should be the topmost upside down stair. And there we go, straight ahead, 1 block in front of the piston. Let us place the redstone torch, and the farm is officially activated. So let's head up, and that sound is a beautiful sound of the iron golem dying. As you can see, the zombie is up. They are spooked. Zombie goes away, they sleep for a second, and the zombie comes back up. So we just need to clean up our mess, get rid of this bridge. We don't need that anymore. Alright, so after AFKing for 1 hour, in our single chest we have 84 ingots, and in the double chest we have 193 ingots. That means this farm produces approximately 277 iron ingots per hour. Definitely more than enough iron for any of the projects we have planned right now. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the future.